Okay, hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to, on the free video, we're gonna do a quick position review. Tomorrow, of course, Friday is monthly expiration, so that means there is a lot of potential management in the morning of pinning type plays and things like that too. So let's just kind of go through it real quick. So Apple at this point, we had a pin play at 125. Apple actually busted through that, so we closed that out and we instead turned it into a butterfly. So tomorrow we're looking for that 130 pin on Apple. For Amazon, we've got a put credit spread, and we're not actually looking for a pin on this. We're just looking for it to be above 425. Now, in this kind of a position, at this point, we sold it for $1. And now it's 14 cents. So if it opens up flat tomorrow, this thing should be about worthless. And at that point, we just want to take that risk off the table, right? So for Alibaba, we're actually doing a pin at 90 with the idea, because of the incredibly high open interest at 90, that we're going to pin there tomorrow. And if in that case, we're risking $50 to make like 1,000, and we'll see if they can do that. GLD, that's just a long trade, a little bit further out. Google's been a really interesting one. So this is a pin trade set up at 550 because of the high open interest there. And so we did the 540, 550 call debit spread. That one's made most of our money on this trade. And then a butterfly here is kind of a bonus. And if we can pin there, that'll be pretty nice as well. JD, this is just a pin play. We need to get to 35 for that one to max out. JP Morgan, we've got a pin set up at 65. You can see we're above 65, so that actually would need to go lower. LinkedIn, at this point, we have got a call credit spread in place, and that one, of course, should be worthless. Netflix tomorrow is going to be the interesting one. So for Netflix, we have some sizable positions here. We got a put spread that expires tomorrow. That one's almost worthless. We bought some calls that go out into next week. We're looking to see if Netflix can break out. We got a put spread here. We're looking for more theta decay on that tomorrow. So this is the interesting one. So Netflix, of course, this trade here only costs $50 or $60 to put on, but if we can pin at 600, it'll be worth $2,500. And then here, I actually did a little bit bigger one where this costs $1,000 to put on, but if we pinned at 600, it would make $24,500. Now, there's a reason for this, because the chances of it going to 600 tomorrow are very, very low. Like, that would be a 2 standard deviation move. But it's one of those, if there's any stock that could do it, it would be Netflix. So I'm willing to, risk that $1,000 for a potential $24,000 payday there. Okay, so LinkedIn, Netflix, Netties, that's done. Priceline, we got a $1,200 pin there. So if we look at this in terms of, well, here let's look at Google. So why do we have 550 as a pin on Google? Well, the reason there's a pin at 550 is that if we look at that, you can see that the open interest at the 550 level is very high. And what I've found, if there's an extraordinarily high amount of open interest within the expected move, then typically a stock has a decent chance of pinning there. I mean, it's one of those things that this used to actually work a lot better, but I've found that it still works pretty good, and you just have to construct trades that don't have a lot of risk in them, and butterflies are great because they essentially don't have a lot of risk, right? And if there's a bullish setup on it, as there was here, in this case, we also added the call debit spread, okay? So anyway, tomorrow's gonna be a lot of fun. I'll be in the trading room in the morning, and we'll be managing these trades firsthand. And as your final reminder, it's interesting with a bunch of trades that I have on right now, the most important thing to understand when you're putting on these trades is understanding how to manage the risk, okay? The person that I've learned the most from in terms of managing risk is Don Kaufman. He is going to be doing a class on Saturday that's going to show you essentially his methodology for not only initiating trades, i.e. selling premium, but most importantly, managing that risk, okay? And he is going to have a Saturday class, and you can read all the stuff there. Essentially, it's, look, how to do this from soup to nuts, okay? And I love the idea of how to be a grandmaster of the Greeks in position management so you can see 5 moves ahead and make adjustments on the fly. Priceless stuff. And if we take a look at this stuff here then, The Saturday class, which to me is worth its weight in gold in terms of learning this stuff, is $497. I think the opportunity here is, I mean, everybody knows that there's a huge opportunity to make a consistent income selling options, right? But what they don't have is the knowledge to manage those trades if suddenly things get crazy or things are suddenly not what they expected, and that's where people lose all their money. So Don has the knowledge that shows you how to consistently take advantage of the opportunity of selling options and then managing them. That's just $497. Completely worth the investment there. And then if you want to see him actually do all this stuff live, there'll be 3 days of live trading, and then that actually includes the Saturday class. Okay, and then the dates for this are actually coming up. So the Saturday class is literally this Saturday, so you can see the date and everything there. And then the live trading will be Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, essentially during market hours. And I'll hop on there a little bit to help them out. Okay, you guys have a great night. Good luck trading tomorrow, and I'll see you at the next update.